Good morning still, and welcome to the 2026 AAAS annual meeting Sci-Mic stage, supported by the George Washington University, and it's being presented in person here at Phoenix in the Expo Hall, as well as streaming online on AAAS's YouTube page. And we're going to continue on with our slate of interviews. I have Penny Riggs here, who is the Associate Professor of Functional Genomics at Texas A&M University. Welcome to the Sci-Mic stage.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm a faculty member in an animal science department, and our interest is how do different genes drive different features of skeletal muscle, and then specifically we're in Texas, so our model organism is a beef cattle animal, and so we talk a little bit about what are genetic controls that make your steaks taste better and good, but really we're interested in skeletal muscle, so it's applicable to other types of applications for health and well-being and other things like that, not just what we're eating today.
Right. Still a great way to connect it to folks, right? So can you talk a little bit about what you'll be, or give a preview of what you'll be discussing in your session? Is that later today or is that tomorrow?
Yeah, so we have a session today. We're harnessing tech solutions for nourishing the world is our overall goal. It's at 4 o'clock today in 102C, I think. And we're going to talk about gene editing. We're going to talk about mRNA vaccines. And we're going to talk about is it scary? Is it dangerous? Is it good for you? Is it good for the animals? How do all these pieces fit together? And then a little bit of information or discussion of science communication as well, because we scientists have to do a better job of explaining what we do in ways that are truthful and honest, but not scary.
Right, and I know not all that you do is about making steaks taste better, but it sounds exciting though when you're able to connect it to folks. But what excites you about your work?
Oh, it's fun to discover things, and it's fun to try to make a difference. And we have a microRNA that we're looking at. It's novel, it's unknown. Nobody knows what it does. We think it's a stress response, so we're going to try to figure out what does it do, why does it do it, and can we make individuals respond to stress better if we know how it works. So that's kind of exciting.
If I can ask a little bit more about your background, when did you first realize that you wanted to pursue your line of work?
Oh gosh, well, I think I was always curious. I was a curious child, so
That
science
been
was always
saying
there.
a lot.
I think it goes with the territory, and I fluctuated between wanting to do cancer research and agriculture, and I've done both. I've mixed and matched all through my career. So it's just, if you get the fundamentals, you can go solve the problems that you can find. Just look for them and solve them.
I love the framework of mixing and matching. I feel like that's very interdisciplinary. I studied atmospheric science, and then I went on to science communication, and so it's really nice to have kind of different perspectives towards a similar goal. And so speaking on kind of pathways for folks to take, I know we have a lot of students who are attending the AAAS meeting. Do you have any advice to them on how they would pursue your line of work if they have any kind of similar interests? Like what would be the best path forward for them, or in your opinion?
Oh, sure. It's great to see all the students here. It's really exciting.
Right.
And number one, I would say, do it. Just go do it. Get to know some of your professors. Go talk to them in your classes, and then badger them all for research opportunities, and go get experience and go do it, and then just keep asking questions, keep being curious, and suddenly you find yourself, that's what you do for a living. So
I wish the tagline for this was "Keep being curious," right?
That would be a great line.
And speaking of finding professors or finding, I would say, mentors, what role has mentorship played maybe in your trajectory, in your career trajectory, or just in your field in general?
Oh, always. You can't underestimate the power of a mentor, and you have to go hunt for them. You have to go find the good mentors. And you have different you don't have to have just one, different mentors for different things that you do. It's all helpful. So, yeah.
Kind of pivoting back to what you do, if I can ask, what does a typical day in your research look like?
Oh gosh, there is no typical day. It's
That's a good answer.
we have we do research in the lab. We have teaching, so I check in with my students, and we talk about did this experiment work or not work. The new undergrad student is gonna come in and learn how to do some lab work. So where do we start, and what's the next step for them? And the machine didn't work this time, so we go play troubleshooter. And do all that. And then I do a little bit of research administration too. So I'm at a stage now in my career where I try to put teams together so we can solve projects together. So this concept of interdisciplinary it's very valuable. So have friends in lots of different fields. Don't be just focused on your one thing.
And I feel like that's a lot of different, I don't know if the phrase is hands in a basket, correct? But what skill, given that there's so many different avenues, what skill has been most important to your success that people might not expect?
Might not expect. I think just always trying to solve the problem, and depending on what the problem is, you have to have different skills. And so I was very fortunate. My first major professor made all of us go take classes in every college at the university. He wanted us to be well-rounded so that we could have creative ideas outside of our own little box, and that, I think, never left me.
Is there any other advice that you have received that has stayed with you?
So much, I think, just one, my dad always said, don't ask somebody else to do anything that you wouldn't do yourself. So that's a good,
interesting.
That's a good lesson to live by. And the other is just to keep being curious, keep trying to do the right thing, look for the evidence. You've had some great interviews here this morning, and I think they follow that theme of look for the evidence, do the right thing, and let's go do science and find the truth.
I love that. Pivoting a little bit, I've been asking several interviewees about what they're reading, and some people have also given hobbies, because we are scientists and the pursuit of knowledge, but we also do other things too. And so I wanted to ask, what are you reading right now?
It's a great question. I don't think anybody's ever asked me that question, but it's funny because there's two things. One is I was reading a book called AI for the Authentic Leader. It's about speaking, but I was reading it mostly because I'm really trying to figure out how do I help my students use their own voice first before they turn to the AI help. And so,
interesting.
So that. And then the other one, I just got in the mail a book from my friend who did the anthropology of baseball, and it's a book called From Dyersville to Cooperstown. And
that's cool.
My friend Chuck Springwood, and it's all about baseball nostalgia. It's from an anthropologist perspective, but it's fun because when we were students, a bunch of us went to go see a baseball game before cell phones. We got disconnected, so I ended up going home. Ended up in the library because it was hot. The library was air conditioned, and I discovered something that became my master's thesis project. And so cool. This idea of having some time, finding time to just think about something, and it can be motivated by something fun that you did. And so we always have this baseball connection now. And so I was so happy to get this in the mail. So you never know.
Finding inspiration in unexpected places, I would say.
Exactly.
Can I ask what your favorite baseball team is?
Well, when I was a kid, I really wanted to play shortstop for the Cincinnati Reds. It just didn't work out for me, but
it's actually my sister's partner's favorite team. A little bit of a connection there. Any final thoughts that you have for our listeners here in Phoenix or listening in online?
I think it's exciting for everybody to be here. So glad for the students. I just keep trying to do science and be the next generation of leaders. And we've got a lot of work to do to make sure that we have enough, especially food, crops that we grow, healthy proteins, nutrient and dense proteins. They're really important. Are using our innovation to continue to improve the efficiency and the new technologies that we can take into being is really important. So,
I really appreciate you joining me here on the SciMike stage this morning. Thank you so much.
Thanks. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.